Hey HoneyPots, guess what time it is? It's time to make my very first wig. So I hope you guys can sit back and enjoy watching me go through this tutorial. So basically I have my wig head, which I'll put the description down below. It's a 23 wig head that I got off of Amazon because that's what my head actually measured when I measured around from the front of my forehead to the very back part of my head. So I'm just wrapping it with some type of film wrap. You see I'm using one particular brand. It doesn't matter what you use whatever it is that you have in your house. If you have tape in your house, you can put tape on the wig head if you want to. Me, I just used what I had. So I put that on there so that since this is my first wig, I'm actually going to do the hot glue method because I think that's the easiest one to get your feet wet in and cut your teeth on. So I don't want it sticking to the wig cap, so that's why I put the plastic on it. So after you do that, you'll see I'm using this hair that I got. It's a Bobby Boss hair, and it was on sale. As you can see, the $5 tag on it. It was actually half off of that $5. So I picked 3 bundles, which is what they had of the same color and the same style of hair, just to try out for my very first time for a wig. Then I picked up this dome cap for my base of the wig. So I'm just showing you that there. Now you can start off with actually using a weaving needle if you want to. This is the hot glue gun. It's a dual temperature, which means you can use it on low or you can use it on high, and it comes with glue sticks. I'll try and link this in the description box below, but probably I'll end up linking a different glue gun and glue sticks because that was something I picked up at Aldi several months back. So basically I just unravel the hair and get it ready to start installing, which is really easy with this method. So keep watching. With this Bobby Boss hair, it's 2 little bundles inside a box, and I'm going to end up using all 3 bundles. But in there you notice it said free gift, and inside that is actually a weaving cap that is a mesh weaving cap, but there's also a bang in there, and I'm showing you both pieces. I was real happy to see that bang because that made me change my design. And I actually got to create what I feel is a real authentic wig because of that bang. Now I know you might be thinking, Raina, what are you talking about? Any wearable unit you make that you create from start to finish is a real wig. Well, what I'm saying is there's a lot of videos out there for easy to do wig tutorials with hot glue gun, where all they do is just take the hair and apply it around and around and around and around the head until they're completely done. Well, with the bang, and I'm starting with the bang, I'm actually making it a tiered level bang unit. Therefore, it's totally different than just putting hair around and around and around with no rhyme or reason. You're just following the last track and then trying to cut it and finagle it to make it look nice. This way, with that bang, you're already starting off with a clear idea of how this finished product is gonna look, and just wait until you see her, guys. Now if you notice and paid attention, when I cut that bang, I cut it into 3 different pieces. 2 of those pieces are exactly the same, and then the one that was at the end was shorter. So what I did was I attached the first longer piece, then I attached the shorter piece, then I attached the same longer piece of the bang so that it is stacked and tiered in a full effect type of manner. So now I'm taking the bundle, because there's 2 in a pack like I said earlier. I'm unwrapping it and I'm gonna begin to apply it to the wig, and I'm just gonna go around the circumference of the wig to meet up from one end to the bang to the next, and then I'm gonna do the fold over method. And in some parts you're gonna see where I cut it, but for the most part I'm doing a fold over method. and giving some space in between. And I'm really glad that I did that, because obviously I used the whole 3 bundles, but this wig, after I was done making it, I was so surprised how heavy and full it was. But she's absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, I'm gonna continue with the exact same steps, and you guys just continue watching. I promise you this is very easy and very, very rewarding in the end. At this point, I have worked my way up to the very top center of the head, and you'll notice that I'm still leaving way where the bangs are. But give your girl a thumbs up for not having belly bloat. I tell you, this ketogenic diet, even though it's off the topic, is really, really helping her out. So here I'm just moving towards the center with the fold over method, going back and forth, around and around, and I'm bypassing the area where the bangs are. And as you'll keep watching, you'll see that soon I'll be filling in the tiny circle that we have up at the top of the crown, and I'll be using that with a rolling method of the wefts. I'm continuing with the bangs just to build up the center. So you'll see that I'll be adding a little bit of the bang track, cutting it, and then adding another strip. And I'll continue that until I get towards the very crown of the head, so that I've built up multiple layers of bangs. Now that I'm pretty well satisfied with the bangs, I'm going to go ahead and continue working on the crown, just making a layer of a U shape or a horseshoe shape, going around and around from one end of the bang to the next, just like I did when I first started, and I'm going to complete the center of the crown. And here's where you would pay attention to see where I actually do the fold over method. I know some of you will be familiar with that term, but there are quite a few of us out there that are not. So basically, as I'm reaching the center top of the bang, instead of cutting it and starting another row, you see I made a little bit of a U shape and trail with my glue, and I just folded over that track into that glue pattern. And that's all you gotta do. So with the beauty of time progression, you see that I have pretty much gotten to the very center of the crown, and I'm going to be doing a closure here. So basically I'll continue until I'll get it as small as possible, and then you'll see me adding cut pieces of wefts to the top of the wig to actually close it up. And this is where I actually begin to start rolling up some of the weft in order to make the tiniest closure in the center. Unfortunately, I was out of focus. I thought that you could see what I was doing, but it's just my hands. So basically all I'm doing is just rolling the weft really, really tight, and then gonna cut it and affix it to the center of the crown of the unit with a lot of hot glue, and then she will be done. So while you guys are watching me create that closure, I just wanted to let you know, when you use the hot glue method, it is quicker and it is easier. You will see glue fronds sometimes, because that just naturally happens when you're working with hot glue. The beautiful thing about it is that it just combs right out. So like that string right there that you saw, I'll be able to just pull that right on out, and it doesn't affect anything with the wig. You won't even be able to tell or see. Another thing that I wanted to share is when you create a unit like this with hot glue, my best suggestion is don't pull on the hair. When you put the unit on, make sure you put your fingers on the inside of the cap of the wig and apply it that way instead of pulling on the hair. And that's kind of a common sense thing, but I've never heard anybody on all the different YouTube channels that I've watched ever mention anything like that whenever they create a unit with hot glue. Even when they sew it on with needle and thread, you really shouldn't be pulling on the hairs or the tracks of the wig. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Also, make sure that you do wear a wig cap underneath all of your units. Even if you created one with a dome style cap, you still want to have a wig cap underneath, because that's just an extra layer of protection for your hair. Because wearing units, for the most part, not only is it a fashion statement, but it really is a protective hairstyle for those of you out there who may not know that. Whether you're going natural or are natural, or if you're processed and you're wearing wigs, it's still a protection for your hair. So just kind of remember that. So here I've put the closure in, and I'm just kind of using my fingers to push it down so that it can be as flat as possible. So I hope you guys are ready for the final reveal, because here she is. And isn't she absolutely beautiful? I was tickled pink when I saw how she turned out. And I'll share some pictures at the end of how she looks on me. But this unit I made for my mother. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you really learned how to make your very own unit with hot glue and not be afraid. And I want to tell you guys, please leave comments down below. I really enjoy reading them and corresponding back and forth with you guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But what's most important, HoneyPots, is that you stay well and you stay beautiful. Bye.